Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today, I have a very, very good question from an amazing viewer. Let's see how well I can say the name. Anish Ghosh Chaudhry. Hopefully, I got that at least a 6 out of 10 correct, right? Anyways, the question is, it would be enlightening if you would make a video on vitality and its effect on Kundalini. Vitality is like a prerequisite for a flowing Kundalini, for a healthy experience with the Kundalini. And early on, so many of us are just not vital enough to be able to harness the Kundalini's energy. But the good news is the Kundalini will strip away everything that's keeping us from becoming more of a vital being so that it can start flowing through us and start enlightening us. And that takes me off on a different place. It's not to say if you activate Kundalini that you're going to become enlightened. I have no idea if I'll become enlightened. And I might be 40 years from now and not know if I'm any more enlightened than I am today. Kundalini is primarily an evolutionary energy, and to evolve as a human, it's extremely important that we are vital. So vitality and the Kundalini are often one and the same, because a lot of times the Kundalini is going to be pretty much dragging you. It helps if you surrender and you go with it, but if you don't, it doesn't matter because it's going to drag you into vital habits, vital behaviors, vital thoughts, vital emotions, vital relationships, vital work, vital everything that promotes vitality. That's the Kundalini. Because if you're not in sync with what's the most vital for you in all aspects of your life, the Kundalini is going to find that, root it out, and show it to you. And it's not going to just go away on its own. You're not going to be able to escape it. That's the thing with the Kundalini. There's no escaping anything that's keeping you from being your most vital, healthy self. Whether that's simple things, your daily habits, what you're putting into your body, how you're moving your body, how you stand, your posture, how you speak, how honest you are with others and yourself, how you are in relationship with yourself. It's really going to force you to examine the aspects of your life that aren't in alignment with your highest integrity. And this is a beautiful gift, of course, but it comes with a really harsh price initially for most of us. Because, I don't know if I want to say most of us, for most of us who weren't, there's a lot of karma implications with Kundalini. How much conditioning did you have? How much trauma did you have? Not only in this life, but past lives. And this is going to be a huge determining factor of how intense the Kundalini is going to be for you. Because if we have a lot of trauma, if we have a lot of stored up and suppressed and repressed emotions, then those emotions are really keeping us from being vital. And the Kundalini just really cannot flow freely. It cannot bring in the wisdom and the insight. It cannot expand your consciousness without a vital vessel. So if we have a bunch of trauma and repressed energies and darkness and unconsciousness in our being that's keeping us from being vital, then it's going to be a really prolonged period of fierce grace. And that's okay. Fierce grace is an amazing gift. I said this to a friend the other day. She was having a really hard time with Kundalini. Oh, I just laugh because if you've watched this channel, that's a part of it. You know, it's a big part of this channel is having a rough time with Kundalini. So you think I'd be better at this, but I'll explain. So she's saying she's going through some things, right? Some healing crisis things and feelings and emotions and upheaval. Kundalini is a huge upheaval process. And so I said, you're really going to be so happy for this one day. This, I don't know if I said this exactly. Something like, this pain you're in right now is such a gift. And she's basically just like, fuck you. She didn't say that. She would never say that. But she's like, I don't want to hear that spiritual bullshit, And I was like, God dang, you're very onto something there. And I don't know why I brought that up for you guys. I just feel like so much of becoming vital enough for the Kundalini to really harmonize with your being, to really merge with your being, is just a rocky road, is a really intense road of letting go, of stripping away, of upheaval, of coming out of identity with personhood, meaning the aspect of you that's involved in samsara, or the karmic wheel of life. I'm not saying to try to escape life or karma or your samsara, but when we are fully identified with it and we don't have a bigger perspective, well, things can be really difficult. Because we're always trying to escape, and when we're with the Kundalini, there's no more escaping. There's no more escaping these false identities. There's no more escaping the inauthenticity. There's no more escaping anything. And that's going to create a lot of healing opportunities. A lot of opportunities for our being to become its highest potentiality of vitality. Like, you're going to become more vital than you knew possible. But of course, there's a price to that, and the price is you're going to become aware of everything that's keeping you less than your highest potentiality of vitality. And there's one thing to become aware of these things, these traumas, these energies, these, thought patterns, this conditioning, whatever. And it's another thing to work through them. You can have all the awareness you want, but if you don't have the inner fortitude and courage to open to it, to allow it to be, to accept yourself exactly as you are, without trying to become anything different, without trying to escape yourself. If you have that inner courage, then this is a tremendous opportunity to really just become the most vital being you can be, and this is going to make it a seamless and harmonizing experience with the Kundalini. And if you don't have the inner courage, that's okay. That's the Kundalini. She's going to bring you the courage through fierce grace, through bringing you to your knees, and through really showing you through direct experience what surrender really is, and what letting go really is, and what self-realization really is. Because to have the courage for so much of this healing work that needs to be done, that is going to be done, that is destined to be done, we have to realize the truth of our being. We have to realize that, this is just a character, the personality. It's a character, and life is living it. Life is living it, and there's a destiny that's being fulfilled through your character. It's unfolding. And this is not something, all outcomes have been determined. And this becomes really evident when you go through a Kundalini awakening. And so your life becomes less about what you want from an egoic way and all of the outward and external things, and it just becomes about how are you responding to your karmic unraveling? How are you witnessing it? How are you engaging with it? What is the internal world like as the external dance of life unfolds? This isn't to say to stop participating in the dance. No, that's the big reason we came here. You're not going to be allowed to just stop dancing. But watching the dance, and you're just here. You're just here the whole time, watching it. Your pure awareness. And when we get to that place of pure awareness, that's what the Kundalini is ultimately taking us to. That's what becoming vital is about. As we increase our vitality, as we become more and more merged with the Kundalini, we come to a place of pure awareness. And pure awareness doesn't want anything, nor does it need anything. Pure awareness, what it does is it heals the vessel it's expressing through. And then once that's healed enough, pure awareness wants to share. I know I just said it doesn't want anything, but pure awareness, what it does is it shares. And that could be as simple as just seeing an animal that needs to be pet, that needs attention, like very simple. Or it could be as profound as having the inner love for yourself and everyone around you to create boundaries with toxic people and toxic relationships. And because if we're acting from pure awareness, that's the same thing as saying we're acting from pure love. So anything that is coming from pure awareness has a quality of love to it. And love can be very direct and penetrating. And pure awareness, pure love doesn't often care about what, people want to hear. It's just truth. And so when we become vital enough and we allow the Kundalini to start really flowing through us in a way that doesn't feel like we're burning in hell, just to put it really succinctly, then we can start resting in pure awareness. And to end this video, I just want to say, if you're at this place where you feel like you've developed the inner fortitude and courage to feel the feelings that are keeping you from being the most vital you can be, and you're starting to have this movement to deepen into pure awareness. And there's two main things here. The first thing is you have to let go of the need to understand. In pure awareness, there's no mind, so the need for understanding disappears. And also you need to let go of the egoic doer inside of you that's always saying you need to do something. You need to achieve something. And there's a place for understanding, there's a place for doing. But when we're resting in pure awareness, we must let go of those two things. Otherwise, you'll be resting in pure awareness and your mind will say, if I could just understand one more thing, I'm just going to go watch one more YouTube video. Something my mind will do as I'm resting in pure awareness. It'll say, just go watch one more YouTube video and it'll make resting in pure awareness so much easier. Just go read that book, get that one more understanding. Or it'll say, go finish this task. Go write a little bit. Go, whatever it is. Just go do something. And then you can come rest in pure awareness, because then it will be done and you won't have to be sitting here, worrying about it or whatever. That's the mind trying to pull you from pure awareness. So to really go deep into pure awareness, to really allow the Kundalini, because that's where the Kundalini wants you to primarily rest, is in pure awareness, because that's when it can have its biggest, that's when you can embody the Kundalini. That's when the Kundalini can live through you as you. So you just let go of the need for understanding and let go of the need to do. And then as you let go of that egoic need for understanding through the mind and that egoic need to do, as you let go of that doer aspect, you'll notice a presence comes in that when you need to know, you know. And the egoic doer dissolves, but then divine will comes through, and life acts through you, and your destiny's already set. Like I said, your outcome's determined. This is just a ride. It's a ride, It's a silly, fun, entertaining ride. And how do you want to ride it, I hope this answered the question. I honestly don't know. Truthfully, Anish, I don't know how to answer this question. I don't know, as far as science and all of that. Maybe I'll try another video. I feel like I got sidetracked on you. But anyways, it's great to connect with you all. Love you all so much. I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.